Hey guys, it's Danish from Local Niche Marketing. And if you're using multiple tools for sending the contracts, sending the invoices, then this video is for you. In this video, we are going to discuss how we can create new templates for contracts and documents. For particular products, we are going to create new templates for invoices, and then we are going to automate the whole process in high level or go high level. So um, let's just start with our example. What we are going to cover in this video is first, we are going to create a new template for the contract. We can do it by uploading the contract and editing it, and then we can create it from scratch. We are going to create new template for the invoice, also going to create a product for the invoice to be added in the invoice, and then we will start building out pipeline stages from where we can automate this whole process of sending contracts and invoices and do a lot of stuff like onboarding. Um, we can send follow-ups if they have not signed the contract or things like that. So let's just start whole process. Like first, we need to click on payments, and under the documents and contracts, you see template. If you click on the templates, you are going to create a new one by clicking on this new button, right? So there are two ways of doing this. First is you are going to create the template for the document or the contract from scratch. That means you are going to build it out by just dragging and dropping the different elements inside the inside the builder of the new template, right? First, we need to give it a name. For example, doing, um, we are, we are a development company, website development company. So we are charging the client for front end services. So it will be a contract for front end services only, right? So, uh, first, we need to maybe give a company logo here, and the way to select it is by clicking on this and then seeing for just clicking on the logo. We can give height and width here. So a 250 and a 250 height and 100, right? It seems all right, but again, the purpose of this video is not build aesthetically pleasing, documents, but just to give you an idea how you can create the document. So we will just not go um, on the statics of the template. So, and then we can add text here stating that it's a contract for front end services, right? And we can add different a lot of stuff um, like we can add the text again. We can delete the heading, front end development of code, and is the project name. Um, we will be doing all of the all of the all of the following things, right? Just to give you an idea about how this works, right? So, and then we are going to add element of signature. Now, this is the signature that needs to be done by the contact to whom we are sending the contract, and then there will be signatures from for the for the company that is sending it, right? So this is it, and this is the contact, right? And we can select the contact, so it is already selected. Show signer name, and it will show the signer name. So this is how, and we can um, add a lot of stuff here, like text field, enter value. It will be um, you can you can add the date. Sorry, you can so you can add a date here on the date which it was signed, um, and also add it here, right? And to be filled by the sender. Once that is done, so our contract is ready. And again, this is not looking the best contract you will ever see, but it's completing a purpose of giving you a demo how to do a lot of stuff inside the new template section of contracts and documents, right? Once that is done, then we are going to create a invoice in which we are going to charge them money. But for that, we need to also create product. So for front end services, we need to give them add a product inside our invoice. Now, once I click on the product, we will say front end, and then we can charge them a price of one time that is $1,000 or maybe $2,000. Say that's it. And let's save here, go back and go to invoices and then select templates. Now, once you select the templates, we have to create it for our front end services. We can call it front end services. Um, and we need to add a product, and that's it, right? We can definitely change um, business information from here, things like that, but everything seems fine, and we can add terms and conditions if we want to add attachments and do a lot of stuff. We also need to integrate payment gateway. So in this account, no payment gateway is attached, but you need to do it while you are collecting invoices online, right? So once that is done, then we are going to see if we have everything properly set up in terms of pipelines, like um, is there a pipeline stage where we are sending the contract? Because we all know that a human touch is necessary before sending the contract, because we all know as salespeople or business owners that how our communication went with the prospect. So, so if we have pipeline stage, so we don't have a pipeline stage, which means on closed. So we need to create or edit our pipeline stage. So click pipelines, and it's the test one, add a stage, and we can call it um, contract sent, and add a stage of invoice sent, um, and we can create invoice paid, uh, invoice paid. So that's how we are going to set up, and then after before close, we can add all of these stages because they are close to our close pipeline stage. So once that is done, we are then going to go to the automation section and create a new folder, basically highlighting like documents, oops, and invoices, right? We can create it, and then from scratch, we are going to create first where the pipeline stage gets changed. They are all, the lead or the contact is going to receive a contract. So we are doing that. Um, Start from scratch, and we can give it a name of document or contracts, contract sent. So we need to give a pipeline state changed. In pipeline, we have to say that in pipeline is test, and what will be the stage? Pipeline stage is contract sent, and we then need to um, send a document, payments and invoices, send documents and contracts. From user, we can select our name, and then we have to, for front-end services, if you have multiple services, it's best that you can add a tag here before this step, so you know that what kind of service that you sold to that particular contact. Reply channel will be email, and that's it, right? First, before this action, we need to add a tag of front end contract. So we know that we what kind of service we sold to that particular lead, right? Once that is done, which means that our contract will be gone to this particular lead once the pipeline stage is changed, right? And contract sent, and then we are going to create, and we also need to send an invoice. Sorry, my bad. So, we need to uh, create a new workflow in which once the contract gets signed, then we need to send them invoice. So, this will be contract signed, and the trigger will be contract. In documents, we need to tell what kind of document it was. Template is front-end services, and status is signed, accepted, and signed, right? So once that is done, we are going to send them an invoice. Send an invoice from user. It will be the same user. Invoice template is front-end services, and we can, if we are doing this for the first time, we need to test it, and if you're not, then we need to select live radio button here. Save actions, and again we can add a tag here like um, contract sign front end and services. And once the invoice gets paid, then we need to add them to another opportunity pipeline stage, because once they are Once they are a customer, then there are the start of services that we need to provide. We can send them our requirements, if we are doing it for a web development company. If there are other, if you are a marketing agency, then we need to send them, um, ask them to give us the access for their ad accounts, things like that. So it will be just like an onboarding thing that you want to do, or an onboarding email that you want to send if they um, paid you, if the invoice is paid. So we uh, go to the last section, invoices, payment received, global product is front end, and payment status is success. Once that is done, we can add a tag that the payment is cleared for front end payment. And once that is added, then we can find the opportunity, and then we can change it. Um, Pipeline is test, save action. If the opportunity is found, we are going to update the pipeline stage. Update opportunity um, from pipeline test, and stage is closed, right? And from here, we can send them an onboarding email, send them an email stating that thank you for choosing us. Thanks for choosing us. Here are are the things that are required, and that's it. You can go with the flow from here. So this is the payment received workflow, and this is something you need to do for all of the um, services that you have. If you are doing it for, if you have a lot of services, then you need to duplicate the workflows and do it for all of your services, that in the end you know that how what kind of service was sold to what kind of contact, and then based on the tags added you can then definitely sell different services in future. For example, if a website design was sold, you can, after the website is created, you can send them to a ads management nurture sequence, or send them the emails and um, as a text related to other services as well. So I really hope that you guys like this video. If you need help with anything related to Go High Level, funnel building, workflows, contracts and documents, invoices, third-party integrations, ad management, you can contact us. Everything is mentioned in the description of the video. Uh, See you in the next video.